this country, we know about the various crimes and violent acts that affect women, which all are abhorrent. But I'm here today to share with you a crime that's attributed to women, but actually is carried out on children. That's female genital mutilation. Female genital mutilation, also known as cutting, is a procedure that causes injury to a girl's genitals for entirely non-medical reasons. This procedure has no health benefits and is purely an act that is carried out as a form of control within a variety of communities. I would like to make it clear that it's not linked to any particular religion, it's just a barbaric system of butchery and control to offer a warped idea of purity and honour. FGM is not a comfortable subject for anyone to hear or anybody to talk about. It is dark, but it happens here in Britain to our British children. This act is illegal and quite simply is child abuse. The average age of a child is 5 years old, sometimes starting only at weeks old. In the UK, we have measures and laws to protect our children, and carrying out this act in the UK or taking girls abroad is also illegal. Yet since the laws were put into place over 20 years ago, we have not had one prosecution. We have had arrests, but not one person has been brought to justice. FGM is more common than we think, yet is overlooked by so many different sections of society. Is this down to a lack of knowledge or misplaced political correctness? Either way, it is a crime, and we as a country need to take more action to protect these children. I'm going to share some key facts about FGM and the horrendous health problems it causes. Severe bleeding, problems urinating, leading to cysts, infections, infertility, complications in childbirth, and a higher risk of newborn death. FGM could be the removal of the outer genitalia, but in some cases, they cut away the outside and the inside. Girls' lives are being ruined and their bodies are being violated, all in the so-called name of honour and modesty. There is nothing moderate or unassuming about FGM. It's abuse. It is a crime, and in certain cases, these girls die. All the main parties have now been in power with the availability of these laws, so why haven't they pushed the subject? Are they scared of causing offence? Well, quite frankly, I do not care who I offend if it saves just one girl from having her life ruined on such a grand scale. There are many campaigns and many appeals that have been running, yet the previous parties in power have done very little. And today I appeal to all the parties to join UKIP in bringing about justice for the hundreds of girls that are butchered and who we owe a sense of care and duty to, and who we should be protecting. There is another aspect too. We in the UK have our own rules, customs, norms and values, and we run our country based on those, and that reflects in policies and our budgets. We all know that the NHS is under pressure from cuts, migration, health tourism, but a typical pregnancy in the UK costs the NHS around £700, a C-section being nearly double. A woman that has endured FGM will probably have health problems during delivery, costing the NHS a great deal more. Maybe that's something the government can relate to. Maybe that will get them moving. I don't care what motivates them to get them up and do something, as long as they do. FGM is such a life-destroying issue that it needs to be stopped, and today. I believe this week Michael Gove pledged to providing educations in school regarding FGM. That's a welcome start, but whilst we're educating our young, we also need to bring about justice for all the women that have suffered so far. Those who carry out FGM can often be someone in a back room, but it's on the increase that it's health professionals carrying this out. And where it's not possible to find somebody to do it, they're taken abroad. Those caught carrying out this procedure, who are health professionals, need to be struck off and prevented from doing this to any more children. In France, they have a zero-tolerance attitude, but yet they've only had 100 prosecutions. It's not easy, it's a start. If we committed to ending FGM in the UK, we could indeed make a huge difference to many, many lives and the future of many unborn baby girls. There are campaigns that run globally with the World Health Organization and UNICEF, but we are in a position to do something in our own country, helping the girls that we can reach and start protecting them from the abuse and violation of FGM. As these girls age, the health risks grow too, and there is a significant increased risk of domestic violence. If a woman is in so much pain, her chances of having consensual sex is probably very low, which leads to rape, then the violence that surrounds rape. And what about those poor loving husbands that actually see their wives in agony? How must they feel? Because these women have been conditioned by these warped beliefs and take their daughters to get this done in fear of the backlash will occur with their own families and communities. We need to implement our laws, give strength to women and stop the cycle of butchery and abuse and start letting their daughters live their lives as a child should. Many of us here are parents, and I'm sure you'll agree, we spend a great deal of time ensuring our children are happy and safe, and we as a country should be reaching out to these girls together. What can we do to eliminate FGM in the UK? We need to educate the health sector. They need to keep a clear account of all the cases, learn what to do and how to report to social services and the police. We need to offer background training so that health professionals can understand why this happens and the consequences. This is a niche subject which needs managing with integrity, but right now we have no official records for women who have suffered this torture. And there have been trials, but it needs to be compulsory. More needs to be done in helping these girls and women. They need to have faith that we can offer sanctuary for those escaping a violent lifestyle. I know that these women feel such a high level of fear, and they need to know that the service is available and that our society will not tolerate any facilitation, as well as those who actually carry out the act itself. I challenge you, listening to me here today, I challenge you, David Cameron. I challenge you, Ed Miliband. And I challenge the members of the Conservative and Labour parties. Will you join with UKIP, or will you hide behind political correctness and self or party political interests? Will you stand up for our children, and will you continue to turn your head away from this child abuse? The time has come, and that time is now. UKIP members, will you stand with me now, please? Stand up, please, and let's show the other parties that we say no to child abuse. We do not hide behind political correctness. Labour and Tories, are you listening? This is UKIP. We say no to child abuse, and we say it today. Will you join us?